What is going on, YouTube? We are back with another video. Before we get started, remember the giveaway for the Ryzen 5 5600X is still going on. A link in the description down below. And if we get to 1,000 subscribers by then, we will also be giving an RTX 3070. Why did I stutter like I couldn't remember what it was? But 3070. If we hit 1K, we're at 409 subscribers as I'm making this video right now, which is pretty dope. I gotta appreciate you guys for subscribing, even though I haven't been making a lot of videos lately, but here we are. And today we are going to answer more YouTube questions, specifically when it comes to building your computer business. So let me just switch over here. So as you guys can see, Chris Scott, it looks like you can just see his picture just enough, but he has two questions that he's struggling with right now. So it looks like he just started up his shop back in June. So it looks like he's almost to a year now. And it looks like he lucked out because he doesn't have to pay any rent, which is, by the way, huge, because it is one of the biggest costs that you have to account for when if you're going to be profitable or not. So but let's get to the main question. So the two biggest issues that he's having is that one, he has to close his shop when he's going to do a remote support service, which is how he makes most of his money, especially right now during COVID. Not a lot of people want to go into a shop, so they ask for a lot of remote support. The other thing is how to build a customer base enough so he can make money consistently. So let's go over the first one, which is that he has to close down the shop. Now, at the shop where we're at right now, we keep the doors closed all the time, and it's mainly because customers were not understanding that it was only one customer at a time. So we go and open up the door. Now the difference is that it's not just me. There's at least one other guy in the shop, sometimes two at the same time. So there's always someone to either answer the phone or go open up the door to let a customer in. In his case, because the remote sessions is where he makes the most money, what I would start recommending, or I recommend you do right away, is put a notice on your door, like we did, that there is someone at the shop. They can knock, or put your phone number there, and if you have voicemail, that they can leave you a voicemail. But also put on the notice that you're doing by appointments only. At the beginning, when COVID hit, we were struggling to, there was a line outside the shop, and most people would be leaving because they didn't want to be around a lot of people, and understandably. So what we did is that it was by appointment only. So whenever customers are calling in, we're setting up appointments for them for drop off. So everything that maybe the issue with the customer's computer, we go over the phone. That way, when they come into the shop, they're just dropping off, and it's just a quick, okay, sign here that you're leaving the computer with us. Here you go. We'll give you a call as soon as the diagnostics is finished. And that saves a lot of time, and it saves you a lot of problems where you're on a remote service call and someone's at the door knocking. Obviously, you're still going to get the walk-ins, which is understandable. But if you have a sign there, and make it big enough, because I see a lot of people put just an 8.5 by 11. That's not going to work. You want to put something big, and in bold letters or red or something that people will actually read, because we did that at the beginning with 8.5 11. We would put it right by the door handle, and people would still not see it for some reason. But that's what I recommend. Also, when it comes to remote sessions, you've been almost about a year, so there's at least a couple of customers that have called you back several times. Now those are I would say, most important customers, but they do have some type of priority because you already have some rapport with them, right? So because they know you help them and the type of help that you give them, will more likely or be more willing to accommodate to your schedule. So if you know that there's a certain time where customers are coming into the shop or doing drop-offs and all that, set up a time either earlier in the day or later in the day or whenever it's slow to do your remote sessions, and customers will understand that. The thing that you don't want to do is tell them what time would you like the service call. Give them times that are available, and then they get to choose which time slot they want. It makes it a lot easier, because then if you let them decide, they'll throw out a time and date, and then you got to work around that rather than them working around the schedule that you already sent out. That's what I would recommend. That's what we've been doing in the shop, and it's definitely made a lot of things easier. Things have been running a lot smoother, and we don't get a lot of interruptions when we're doing service calls or remote service sessions with customers. The other thing that you need to understand with remote service sessions is that you can only do so much for a customer, and I don't know if you have that habit or not, but we had some technicians who were in the habit, who were trying to go above and beyond what we can do, during a remote session. So you got to know when you've done as much as you can, and it's either going to have to be a thing where they have to bring the computer into the shop, or it has to be a service call where you have to go out to their location. That's another thing you got to understand. There's only so much you can do sometimes, and you just got to be able to know where it stops making money. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a point where it's not worth trying to go over things that you probably already know you're not gonna be able to fix it, and then you're just wasting your money, you're wasting the customer's money. I mean, the time and money as well, but you're just wasting time, especially right now when what you want to avoid is being or having those doors closed as much as possible. The next thing that we're going to get into is the fact that he's trying to build a customer base. Now, you probably have had one or two customers that are complete, just like, they're probably going to have to end up editing this out, but they're just complete assholes. Like, you'll get a Karen or a Dick coming in, and it's just like, wow, that didn't sound right. You guys know what I mean. They're just, oh man, they're just like crappy people, right? Now, it's a lot harder when it's just one person who does all this, because they've already dealt with you, and then they kind of don't want to deal with you anymore. But if you have someone else that works with you, you have to turn that person who's the biggest asshole or the terrible person, fix whatever their issue is, get them to come to their good side, because those customers, not all the time, but most of the time, end up being your most loyal customers, your biggest fans, and they will put the word out there that you exist, and they will bring you customers. I'm telling you this because I have experienced it several times, from working at Staples to working here. I've had customers follow me from Staples that, oh man, they were just the worst. That, like, as soon as I saw them walk in, I was like, I do not want to help this person. But it sometimes it's just frustrations on the customer's behalf. Other times it's just, it's their attitude. But that is one of the biggest things that I would say, that if you can turn one of those customers, fix whatever issue it is, try to get on their good side or fix whatever the problem may be, it will definitely help a lot. Don't be afraid to ask for reviews, whether it's on Google or Yelp. And if you haven't optimized your Google or Yelp for your business, I would definitely recommend you do that right away, because if you don't have set hours or by appointment only on Google or Yelp, then it seems like, just another mom pop shop that nobody's really paying attention to this. But when you set that up, it makes it seem more professional to potential customers, and they will go out to you. And that customers, when they Google search, computer repair near me, they always go for the one with the highest ratings. And if you can't get that up, it's going to be a struggle to get customers in. So the other thing that we did way back when we were first beginning is doing what do you even call it, where I guess like a referral program, right, where you would give the customer either a certain discount or free antivirus or something that has a low cost or that doesn't take a lot of time to do, in order for them to refer someone to you. And you can put it like on the back of your business card and then just hand it to them, or something like that. It's some of the things that we did to get customers coming back. The other thing is we also did EDDM, which is every door direct mailer through the UPS. And we did it, you have to do it at least like 2-3 weeks before a big holiday, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, something like that, where you're gonna have a special. Those are the big things that I would recommend. Now the EDDM, it gets a little bit on the expensive side depending where you live, but updating your Google is free, updating your Yelp is free, doing the referral program, it's free to a certain extent because you have to do your business cards, right? But that's what I would recommend to do in order to get or build a customer base. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what else we've done in order to get the shop to where it is right now. Obviously being super friendly is a big plus. If there is someone that can answer the phones for you, that's like great on the phones, trust me, we've had people answer our phones who know nothing about computer repair or anything like that, but they're just good they have a really good ability, I can't speak right now, a good ability of speaking with the customer over the phone, that they get them in. And I don't know about you, but our main thing is to get the customer into the store, because once they're in the store, depending how your storefront is, they can see, what other things you offer. You may have a binder of projects that you've done. I don't know, the extent of what Chris does, but we'll have, some things, whether it's the servers that we've set up, the lines that we've run, the customers that we've worked with previously, whether it's any doctor's office or a school district that you've worked with or anything like that. I would definitely recommend having that in your storefront where customers can see it. And I think that's about it. I know there's a lot more stuff, but I can't think of it right now. These were the main ones that I know for sure have worked with us. There's other stuff here and there that I can try to write down or have our other coworkers see if they can come up with anything. But those would be my main recommendations for you. And I think that's it. Hopefully this helps you. What's your last name? Scott. Chris Scott. And thank you for the sub, because he dropped that sub, and I appreciate that. The other thing that's helped us is me making these videos. People have called from around the state. We've had like 2 mail-ins into the shop thanks to this, so really appreciate that. So last note, just get out there. I mean, you're already out there, you got the storefront, right? But definitely try to get customers to work around your schedule, not the other way around, and that will definitely help you out when it comes to avoiding certain situations where you may double book or there's a walk-in, stuff like that. And that is it. Until next time, when we decide what to do possibly with this computer back here that I don't need anymore. I still don't know if I'm gonna sell it here locally, which is like the only thing to do, because if we ship this out, it's not gonna be worth it, for a giveaway. But we'll see what we do in the future. Until then, remember, we're still giving away that Ryzen 5 5600X and that 3070 if we hit 1K by the end of that giveaway. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.